3 years ago, I was fat, and in this video, I will share with you 5 lessons I've learned throughout this journey. The first one: hard work is hard in the moment, but it makes you grateful. The reward of doing things that are pleasurable is pleasure in the moment, but remembering this pleasure and striving to have it again at all other times. The reward of hard work is the guy you become through doing it, and that's infinitely more valuable than pleasure because it is you, it stays with you at all times. So, how does a guy prove to himself that he's disciplined? He does not shout at himself in the mirror affirmations and says to himself, I'm disciplined, I'm disciplined, I'm disciplined. No, that's something that I've learned on my own skin. Because at first, when I started my journey, I was not disciplined. I was pretty lazy. I was playing video games every day for hours. I did the bare minimum in my studies and got pretty good grades, but right, I was not really hardworking. But once I started, I learned about affirmations and visualizations and I started implementing all of these things, but they didn't work. The thing that actually worked was this, was going and working each and every day. At first, I was not seeing myself as a hardworking person. After a year, I started to see myself as a more hardworking person. After 2 years, I got even more hardworking. I got the results of the hard work too. And after 3 years, I became pretty hardworking. Now you might ask me, really, why should I want to be hardworking, disciplined? Oh, right. Here's the thing. You probably have a certain perception of the guy you wanna be. And essentially, by becoming that guy that you wanna be, you will become way happier. Fulfillment is not just about this thing, it is also about serving your community, but in some way, confidence, self respect, and in some way, fulfillment is being the kind of guy you wanna be. And by proving to yourself that you're the kind of guy who can take care of his fitness and getting the result of it and doing that exact thing has helped me to become happier. The second lesson is fuck your genetics, just get better. The discrepancy between your before and after is undeniable. You cannot deny it, you cannot ignore it, no one can. No matter how bad your genetics are, as long as you will put in the work, there will be an amazing discrepancy between your before and after. And that's the thing. 3 years ago, when I started my fitness journey, I didn't know how good I could get, but that's not the only thing. I knew I can get better, and by becoming better, by working hard to get better, I got better. And my better is me today, which most people would consider amazing. You don't know how good you can get, but most people also need to realize that it's not just about how good they can get, it's also about them becoming better. The worst thing, if you are currently in a pretty bad position and your genetics are pretty bad, you can do is to stay the same. The best, not necessarily the best thing, but one very good thing you can do is to get better. And that's the third lesson. Getting better is better than not doing anything about it. And that's just undeniable. And now the third lesson. Valid excuses are BS. The law of cause and effect is so fundamental, you cannot deny it. Valid excuses are basically reasons to not put in the cause, to not do the work. By not putting in the cause, by not doing the work you need to do, you won't get the results of that work. You won't get in shape. You won't get the outcome of it, whatever it is. Using valid reasons to not do the work you need to do is another way of saying using valid reasons to not get the results you want. Valid excuses are BS. Here's the thing. If in the times I needed to go to these workouts I was not motivated to go to in the beginning of my journey, if I listened to my excuses, to the reasons to why I should not go and to these workouts, I am tired, I should not go today, I should take a rest day, and then the next day I would take a rest day again. If I were to go and listen to those bitch thoughts, guess what would have happened? I would have not seen the results I've seen. In some other universe, I would have listened to those reasons, I would have listened to those excuses, I would have not gone to these workouts, and I would have not gotten the effect. I would have not gotten in shape. You cannot listen to excuses unless they're really valid. What is an example for a really valid excuse? You been injured, you been really sick, getting to the hospital, or you having someone close to you in a really bad condition. Whatever it is. These are some examples for valid excuses. But if it is not that kind of excuse, if it is just you being tired of it, you're not feeling like it, then bro, you genuinely need to realize, and that's something I've realized throughout my journey, that by listening to those reasons, you're basically not getting the outcome of the work you are supposed to do. You don't get the results you want. And now the fourth lesson. The way you see yourself is the way you see yourself. It is in the mind. You can feel amazing about yourself if your body sucks, if you look like really bad. But most people take it and twist it and have it wrong. It's not easier to not take care of yourself and feel amazing about yourself. It's way harder. The kind of guy who doesn't take care of his fitness, who doesn't take care of himself and feel good about it, works way harder than the guy who works hard on his fitness and feels good about himself because of that. Here is the thing. Those who tell others that they feel amazing about their bodies, they accept themselves as they are fat and right, they don't care. They usually lie. They usually deny the truth that they care, but they just don't want to put in the work. They sacrifice self-respect for temporarily having to eat that meal or not needing to go to that workout, and that's a dumb trade-off. The confidence they're searching for is in the work they're avoiding. They're making a big mistake. So let's start with the first thing I said. You can feel amazing of your body. You can feel amazing about your body even if you don't really work on it. It's possible because thousands of years ago, even hundreds of years ago, people who were more obese were deemed more attractive in some places in the past. And you can search it, you can fact check me, and that's the truth. But the problem with it is that it was a different society. Society makes a massive impact on your psyche and my psyche and our psyche in general. What you're exposed to, your paradigm, all of these things, they make a massive impact. If you want to feel good about your body, about a fat, unhealthy, not fit body, you need to live in such a bubble that just getting into it, just living in it will take way more energy from you than coming, accepting the truth and getting better. And that's the thing I needed to realize. That's the thing I've realized. Back in those days, I used to think that I don't care about my fitness, that I'm okay with being fat and all of that BS. I was low in confidence, and guess why I was like that? Because for most of my childhood, I was not low in confidence. I was pretty confident, but then when I got fat, because throughout my childhood, I was not fat. When I got fat, I lost a lot of confidence. I lost a lot of self-respect for myself. And when I regained it, when I got back in shape, when I started to take care of my fitness again, that's when I realized, oh, I was just denying it. And that's the thing, that's the fourth lesson. Everything is mental, everything is in the mind, but it doesn't matter because the mind is influenced by your environment, and your environment is very hard to change, especially your society. I will go over the fifth lesson really quickly. You are the average of your 5 closest friends. Wrong. You are the average of the 5 things that influence you the most. By having the right influences around you, you will become better. If you are not the kind of guy you wanna be right now, then remember, that's because the things that influence you, the things that you consume, they are not good, they are not positive, you should change them. And by making them closer to the thing that influences the kind of guy you wanna be, you will become more like him. Before everything else, just a caveat. The kind of person you are is also influenced by your childhood, right? All of that stuff. But your current person is you from your childhood, is the kind of persona you have built with the things that have influenced you in the last few weeks and months or days, right? And by choosing to be influenced by the things that influence you to become better, you become better. You make yourself better. Choose the things that influence you carefully. And that's basically it. If you enjoyed these lessons, you can like and subscribe. If you want to get a free course on how to get in shape, link in the description. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.